How are you? Thank you for coming in here.
Good, thanks for having me.
I assume you've been to VidCon before. You've been to VidCon?
Yes, this is my third VidCon, but my second time as a creator.
Nice. Well, you are still in Texas?
Yes, I live in Dallas.
So VidCon, this has got to be kind of a nice, like, you interact with more fans than you ever do on any given day, I'm sure.
It's great. I love it. It's beautiful down here.
We're just going to talk about your dog, Tatum.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to talk about.
Tatum is the best dog in the world. Do we have any dog lovers? Dog lovers. Yes. I see you.
There's literally a dog that walked into a party last night and shut down the whole place. It was just no one cared about anything else.
Yeah. Tatum's my Aussie. He's this beautiful Australian Shepherd.
In the new video.
Yep, he's in my new music video too.
Very nice. You've been at this maybe a little less than most people would realize, like about 5 years.
Yep.
So what drew you to do that? Like, was there a creative outlet you were missing? Were you watching other people? Like, who were the people you were like kind of watching do this, and you felt like it was the right thing to do?
So I was actually a bit late on YouTube. I was on MySpace before that.
Does anybody remember MySpace?
You guys remember MySpace? Did you guys have MySpace? Some? Your mom did? That's great. So I was on MySpace like all the way to the end, right? I waited for it to go all the way down, stuck with it till it was bankrupt.
You were the one.
And then I started on YouTube. So at that point, it was like 2011. Yeah. I was in a band before I started my music YouTube channel. And so yeah, I was just doing other things. I was touring a lot. I did like the Vans Warped Tour. I was doing a lot more like traditional music stuff. And then I just started my YouTube channel to share music.
And then some. Like you posted yourself just like chatting, vlogging a little bit.
Yeah, I did some vlogging and I did some fun challenge videos because I wanted to just be myself.
Get it out there. What a weird change though to go from you're standing in front of people like this playing, singing to like you and a camera.
Right.
Did you have an adjustment, or you just naturally you felt like this is fine?
Yeah, no, it was weird for me because I was in a place where I was doing original music and it was a lot of live shows. And then I was doing a lot of cover songs by myself in my room with a camera. So it was like a total 180. It actually took me a while to get used to singing covers because I was so used to doing original songs in front of a live audience.
Yeah.
And now I do a lot of them. So.
Were you watching other people, were there musicians like specifically that you watched doing covers and
there were a few, but
push you?
When I'm doing a video, I don't like to watch too many other people. Like before, like say it's a cover song, I don't want to see other people's covers because I feel like subconsciously I'm going to copy them. And so I try to keep them as original as possible. But there were definitely people, like when I first started on YouTube, I didn't know how to do it. So I just watched like, I'm trying to think of a few people like in the music realm. Do you guys watch a lot of music channels on YouTube? You do? I'm trying to think of who was killing it. Like Tyler Ward, who was just up here. Yeah. He's a good friend of ours now, but I remember I saw his channel, and I was like, oh, so this is kind of how you do it, that kind of thing. Megan Nicole was, doing stuff. My friends Megan and Liz, they were doing it, and so I kind of like took pieces from each one to try to figure out, because I was like so new to all of it, and they already had 1 million subscribers, and I had nothing coming in.
Did it grow fast, or we talked about this with Tyler just before, like how it's a patience game. Like people think, oh, I'm just gonna put this out there, I'm gonna nail it, it's done.
Tyler calls himself the grandpa of YouTube, of music on YouTube. He's been on it about twice as long as I have been, but he also has twice as many subscribers. So yeah, it is. You go through periods where it's like it'll explode. A video does really well, and then there's a time where it kind of is like in a lull. For me, it was like my second video that got 1 million views within like 2 months. And I went from like having 2,000 subscribers to like almost 100,000 within the first couple months.
And you just like freaked out.
And I was like, I guess I'm doing YouTube now.
Well, now this is it.
And 5 years later, I'm still doing it. So.
Is there a competitive nature to that? Because I mean, you guys have seen all these music videos. They're getting like some serious production quality and value out of this stuff. Do you guys kind of find yourself being a little like, oh, look at he did, like,
competing
just
with
like
each other? Yeah,
people are upping the game all the time.
It's true, and I think we all watch each other in that regard to see, like who's setting the bar. You've got creators like Kurt Hugo Schneider. I mean, his videos look and sound amazing.
Yeah.
You know, and he started out, I've talked to him about it, that he was doing more of his own thing, then started to build more of a team, because, you know, you just can only do so much on your own. And I think a lot of people are seeing that as well. Like, it's tough to always push the limits. But if you look at my first early videos, I didn't know anything about video production. I had, like, literally lamps that I bought at Target, and that was like my video lighting. I was like, yeah, point this lamp at me, that looks cool. It's like we weren't color correcting the video, like it was shaky, we had no stabilizer. It just, you know, it was very amateur, and I think I've tried to, you know, expand my knowledge of video and of audio, and it helps a lot. And my girlfriend, she shoots all the videos, and so we work together to, you know, learn more about video and that kind of thing to make sure we're not, you know, falling behind.
Yeah.
Trying to stay ahead.
Have you felt the pressure to not be in Texas anymore and like?
So that's a good question.
To move yourself because to start.
That's a good question. Are you guys from a lot of different places? Is anyone from Texas? Yeah. Anyone from here, from like Southern California? Yeah, that's dope. So yeah, obviously Southern California is like huge entertainment, you know, like that's like the place to be. I lived out here for a few years. I had a place in like the West Hollywood area when I was still with my band. The label moved us out there. I lived out there a couple years, was kind of writing music, doing the whole thing. And it's funny because once I started YouTube, I realized I could do it from anywhere. So I stayed in Dallas. It's where my family's from, and I'm like definitely a family guy. I like to, you know, be close to my loved ones, and so I love Texas. I love just the like kind of like leisurely nature, the southern stroll kind of thing. You know, I'm from the South, born and raised there. Well, born in California, but really raised in Texas. So I fly back and forth. I don't mind it. The beauty of YouTube is you can do it anywhere. I come to California quite a bit though, because obviously it's a happening place.
Has it ever slowed down your thought process of, oh, I want to chase that record deal, I want to chase this one, chase that, when you really can, everybody here, like we can make our own stuff, we can put out our own stuff. Like,
yeah.
Do you find how is that going? Like, oh, I want to actually make music and have a record deal, put out, you know, albums, aside from, or I could just sit at home and do this myself.
Right, and that's also another thing is, you know, like when I was signed with Interscope, it was like we were either on tour or working on music, so there wasn't a lot of time that we were home anyway. So I've just kind of found that I'm such a nomad in that regard as a musician, that when I'm not doing work, music type work, entertainment work, it's nice to just kind of get back into my like quiet, you know, Texas area and just relax and unwind for a bit before I go back out. Yeah.
Yeah, because I find it weird because it's an easy transition for some of the vloggers who want to be actors and comedians. Like they have a mainstream option to go to where it's like music. It's like they can actually create, you know, scripted series on YouTube and stuff.
Right.
Like you guys have your music videos, and then are you waiting for that next deal to come in?
Right.
Or do you just enjoy that control?
Yeah, I like the control of it. It's nice. You know,
Yeah.
I've worked with labels and management and all that, and it's great and it's fun. But in the digital world, there's such a, you know, especially with music, it's international. You don't have to, you know, like comedy doesn't translate as well if you don't know the language. But music, people can enjoy it all over the world. So doing fly dates to different countries is very feasible, and it's, you know, it's just like, it's a very nice pace that I have going, I feel like.
And how does, if you want to like collab with some of the guys like Tyler or any guys, how do you guys work that out, being in all different areas? Like, has that ever been a
Yeah, some people just send files. I just did a collab with Alex G. She's super talented. We just did a song on my new EP. But yeah, sometimes, I mean, I fly out here quite a bit, or we'll fly people into Dallas and, you know, hey, do you want to do a video? Just hit them up. So yeah, or, you know, sending files back and forth is just so easy. It just happens instantly.
Yeah, so you don't have to like be in the same place. You can just
we don't even have to be in the same place. Yeah, exactly.
You mentioned the new EP.
Yes.
So I want you to throw the name of that out. Everything Happens After Midnight.
Everything Good Happens After Midnight.
Everything Good Happens After Midnight. Now, you did 5 music videos for this?
I've done one, but I'm doing 5.
Just going to do 5. Tell me about the process of your music videos, because I don't know if you're like this, but I would be like this. How, like, really particular about what those concepts are from start to finish.
Yes, very particular. I feel like when I'm doing a cover song, it's more just capturing the cover, but when I'm doing an original song, I have more of a story to tell. So I've been creating storyboards for the 5 songs, and it's been very fun, very exciting. So it's a lot more involved. Shot the first one, Tatum, that Aussie, the dog. He's in it, and he's a little fluffy star.
Yeah, yeah. What are the things you obsess over the most when you're making a video?
I think lighting is the thing I obsess over the most, because like lighting is everything in video, and that's something I didn't know for several years, and now it's like I will adjust the lighting for like an hour before each shot to make sure it looks good, because it's gonna be like it's gonna make or break the video.
Tyler was just talking to me about finding his sound and how he feels like it's constantly evolving for him, that he doesn't want to say he found it. How do you see that? Are you in the same way, or do you feel like you found what you were going to sound like for your career?
Yeah, I've adjusted my sound a couple times. This last EP I just self-produced, and it feels good. Feels different than like some of the other times where I've tried to bring too many people in. And if you get too many cooks in the kitchen, it gets really confusing, and your sound gets a little lost. If you let people always tell you what to sound like, eventually you don't even know what you sound like. So I kind of stripped it down and did an acoustic EP, and it's a real, treat for me to be able to watch it grow from beginning to end, and like call it my baby.
Who are the people you sit and binge on YouTube that you like?
That I watch on YouTube?
That you watch on YouTube, that you binge and listen to their music and watch their videos that you really take
well,
in?
it's interesting, because I do watch music on YouTube, but it's not the thing I watch the most, I think. I watch a lot of tutorial videos. That's like my thing.
Like DIY? Like
DIY videos, but also videos on how to make my videos better. So this guy, Peter McKinnon, like I watch a lot of like stuff about like video or about audio production. But I watch a lot of gamers as well. I watch PewDiePie. I watch a lot of fitness channels. You guys watch fitness channels out there? Cool. Yeah. So I get like all my workouts from like YouTube videos. Yeah, Scott Harmon Fitness and.
Well, it's a lot cheaper.
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, I don't even need a trainer. I just go on YouTube.
Find everything on YouTube. Speaking of, the platform's changed quite a bit. Whether people realize it or not, it looks the same, but it has changed a little bit. What has been the biggest change for you musically? Because we've fought copyright stuff. We've seen that go through a lot of the censorship stuff. So from a musician standpoint, what have you had to deal with?
It's in a good place right now, I feel like, as far as the copyrights go. I remember when I first started on YouTube, it was like everything would get flagged. There was always an issue. And we haven't had that as much lately. I signed with Maker a couple of years ago, and that's been a real treat because they've been able to take care of a lot of those kind of issues, and they've been a great partner to have. But yeah, YouTube's in a good place right now, and I still enjoy uploading videos, especially knowing that they're not going to be flagged or my channel's not going to get taken down or anything like that.
Right. Like you guys don't have any. A lot of people wonder you don't have that many trouble with the cover videos and the cover and singing the.
Yeah, no, I haven't had trouble with cover videos.
I've always wondered that because I'm like, how do they sing this song, but like somebody else will get flagged?
It used to be a fear of mine, but that's why I say from like that, in that regard, it's been in a good place.
Yeah. We talked a little bit about streaming. I know that's. Are you actively using streaming, and what are you finding is like the best? Because there are people who fight it, and there are people who love it.
Streaming?
Streaming, all the platforms. Like
I love the streaming.
Which one? So you like
Spotify.
Okay.
So Spotify is incredible. Do we have any musicians out there? Do you guys do music, a music channel of your own, or do you guys sell music or stream music on Spotify or iTunes? Cool. If you did, I would say you would know Spotify has been a real blessing. Yeah. It's incredible. It's one of my favorite ways to put music out. Obviously, YouTube is great. You have the video aspect. But I feel like a lot of the exposure comes from YouTube. And a lot of people stream on Spotify, which is where a lot of my income as an artist, I'm able to continue making videos in part because of Spotify.
What do you need to have happen next? What do you want to have happen next? Because do you see this as like where you are on a good solid road of just making music videos and you're able to sustain yourself on YouTube and with streaming?
Sure, I'm always ready for whatever's next, and I don't like to think that I'm already in it, ever. Like, there's always something that's going to be next. And when I was on MySpace, I didn't know that it was going to be YouTube. And then I was on YouTube, I didn't know it was going to be Vine. Vine was awesome for a couple years. Rest in peace. It was incredible. I loved it. It was amazing. It was a great way to share music really, really fast. You know, but I had no idea that that was going to come and go, and just like MySpace, and YouTube's still staying strong. So of course I'm there with them. Whatever comes my way, though, I'm definitely up to. Even if it's beyond digital, touring, you know, whatever comes, I'm definitely ready to hop on board.
We've asked a few people this, but I don't know that we've ever asked musicians this. If you have a social media horror story, which sounds daunting, a social media horror story.
Oh.
Which is, have you ever tweeted out something you really shouldn't have? Have you ever posted something that you're like, that's just embarrassing?
Yeah, I've had a couple. I've had a few. There's one. There were two, actually, that were really bad. I'll skip the first one. It's a long story. The second one, though, was recent. I just got an Apple Watch, and you do all the, like, talk to text. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. So I was like, oh, sweet, I can tweet with this thing. I'm going to tweet something. So I was tweeting, and it was going well, and I was like, this is so cool. Well, then I was messing with the texts. I was like, oh, I'm going to text somebody something funny. So I said something into my Apple Watch, and I hit send, and I tweeted it. I didn't text it. So that was up. It said something like, damn girl, you be looking fine as hell, I think is what I said. And I was like, oops.
How long till you noticed that?
And fans were like, I don't understand. I was like, sorry.
Oops.
Disregard that.
All right, well, we played this with Tyler, we played this with a bunch of people. We have this little TMI
Cool.
jar right here. We'll leave the ones he asked, so they're not
Okay.
the same. But you could pull out of here.
I love
I
games.
can't tell you even what's in there. I don't know all
This
of them.
is exciting. TMI. What is your worst habit? Oh, man, my worst habit. That's a good one. You know, I'll tell you one I've recently broke. I used to have this weird facial thing that I would do where I would go like, and I don't know why I did it for the longest time.
In videos?
Yeah, like just in life. I would see videos of myself or like pictures, and like I would just be, it's like, why am I? So I finally broke that habit of like doing this weird duck lip face thing. So that was a
The
bad
ducks.
habit though. It's not an attractive habit. Are you superstitious about anything? Yes, almost everything, actually. I'm very like weird about things matching, like very OCD. Like if I do something like a certain amount of times on one side then the other, I feel like it's like bad luck if it's not balanced. I think it's like a weird artist thing, I feel like. But yeah, I'm pretty superstitious about pretty much everything. So let's see what else we got. This is a long one. If you could change one thing about your life, what would it be? Oh.
That one's so deep.
That got a lot deeper than the last one. I'm pretty happy with my life, actually. I'm very happy. If I could change one thing, I would bring back Vine and MySpace.
Bring back Vine and MySpace.
No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. I would be 1 inch taller.
You're already pretty tall, aren't you?
I'm 6 foot. I want to be 6'1", though.
I'm literally 5'8", so it's like not even.
I would be 1 inch taller. Well, because to be honest, I'm 5.
Because 6'1" sounds.
Well, I'm 5'11" and a half. And my girlfriend makes fun of me. She's like, you're not 6 foot. You're 5'11" and a half. So yeah, if I were like an inch taller and I was like 6 and that ½ inch, that'd be pretty cool.
We're going to do one more, and then we'll.
Cool. One more.
Yeah.
See what we got. Be a good one. Who was your first crush? That was a good one. I mean, I had a lot of little crushes growing up. I remember Jamie Lynn Spears was a big one. You guys watch Zoe 101? Yeah! Woo! She was great. All the Laguna Beach girls.
Laguna.
Yeah! LC, Kristen, yeah.
Into the Hills.
Do they know this?
Did you watch The Hills? Did you stay?
Oh, The Hills. Oh, yeah. Of course. Of course I watched The Hills. Woo! Yeah, I watched The Hills. And then I would say the biggest, like, real crush that I had, those were like, yeah, those girls are cool. But, like, the one I was, like, really all about, T Swift.
Everybody's about T Swift.
Taylor Swift.
That was Tyler.
Was that Tyler? We've talked. Tyler and I have talked about this too. But yeah, Taylor Swift. Just something about, like, when I heard "Love Story" the first time, I cried because I was like, it's just so beautiful. It's such a sweet story. I want her to be mine. You know.
Oh, Swiftie, Swiftie. Before we go, I just want to ask. You know, we're living in like a really crazy time with so many social platforms. Like, how is that affecting you to be like, do you have to be on Snap? Do you have to be on Instagram? Do you have to be on Facebook? And is it driving you insane to, like,
that's an excellent
blast
question.
your music out in every different direction?
That's a really good question. It's a lot to keep up with for independent creators like myself that do it all kind of themselves, right? I think if you have something that works, it doesn't need to be all of them. But if you've got something that works on one or two, that's great. I think the more the merrier. I'm on all of them for the most part. Some I'm on, but I haven't posted on them in months, you know. Like Musically, I haven't really done much there. Are you guys on Musically? I'm curious. You guys watch Musically quite a bit? Cool. That was kind of the like Vine going down, Musically coming up.
Yeah.
They were kind of, I feel like, a similar thing in that regard. But yeah, I know some people that just kill it on Instagram, and that's what they do. They just kill it on Instagram. Yeah. They don't need anything else. Some people, it's YouTube. You know, for me, I see it as like YouTube, number one. You know, it's first and foremost where I do most of my work. And then I post quite a bit Instagram, Twitter, a little bit on Snapchat. But yeah, I think it depends on who you are and the type of content you make.
And also probably how personal you want to get, because it's like,
right.
It's your art first.
That's
and then
true.
like how much do you want to share about just
right.
you?
Exactly, and it is exhausting. I mean, at a certain point, it's like, how many places can I post? I'm like, you know, but you know, Facebook as well. I use quite a bit. Yeah. I try to use, you know, the ones that I know where I have an audience. I use those the most because I want to cater to that audience. I want to make sure that they know that I'm active and that I appreciate their follow, their subscription, whatever it is. But then I'm also open to new apps because there are new ones all the time.
All the time.
It's kind of overwhelming a little bit.
Next year at this time, we're going to have like 14 more to like talk about.
Exactly. This whole space is going to be just filled with like new app booths.
No, all right, tell them one more time where to find the new music.
Yes.
Everything.
You can find my new music on Spotify, iTunes, Deezer, Amazon Music, Google Play, all the places that you guys get music. Just search Tanner Patrick. My new EP, Everything Good Happens After Midnight.
And keep an eye out for the videos.
Is up now, yep, and 5 new music videos on YouTube. So subscribe on YouTube if you haven't. And yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.